So you can see my screen. Okay, great. So yeah, yeah. So today, this first session, we're going to consider DBT. Okay. Right. So, so this is a very short presentation about what DBT is and why we use it. And then we're going to go through a little demo. Hopefully it will like illustrate how the basic use and like what you will basically need to do for this week, like the basic things that you need to do. So, okay, can I, or this? So, okay, I suppose like you hear me well? Thumbs up. All right, fine. So, okay, great. Yeah, so DBT or data build tool, it's a transformation workflow. Okay, it's basically an open source software tool that enable us to do transformation in our database or our data warehouse. It's basically does in this week we are asked to do an ELT framework, extraction, load, and transformation, and DBT does the T for us. It does the transformation for us. So it transforms the data inside the database or inside the data warehouse. Yeah, what transformation here means is that like when you get whatever data you have, you want to do like different kind of operation on it. Like you want to create tables that are like from joined, maybe joined or like grouped in some way, and then you can do this operation in using SQL statements. And instead of doing this like manually, you can on like if you are doing a complicated analysis, you're going to need to do like write maybe a very long kind of an SQL statement to do that. And yeah, DBT basically simplify for us doing this. It allows us to do this in a modular way, in and in a like a control version way. Okay, this is just like okay, I'm going to say this like okay. Sorry. So I said here, executing the DBT run, which is a command you use. You basically use is going to run models. We will talk about what a model is, and that will transform the data without it ever leaving the data warehouse. So the DBT model is a single SQL file containing a single select statement. So it's an SQL statement, but just one select. And we will have like multiple models in a DBT project. So this is what I was talking about when we're doing like data analysis. When using a database, a data warehouse, we need to write many SQL statements. There is like a data manipulation language and data definition language. These are just extra terms about SQL statements, like the ones that we use to just manipulate a raw level data, and the ones that we create tables or view. These are like different definitions. And instead of writing like complicated statement, DBT allows us to write SQL statements, select statements that retain the data we need, and the data that DBT takes care of the materialization, meaning writing the full statement that need to create this what we need from the database, basically. This will be clear. I'm just saying this is theoretically. You're going to see this in practice, how it works. And but basically, yes, DBT can build reusable modular data models, and they can be referenced in subsequent models. So you can create a model for a select statement, and then maybe the select statement creates for us like a view or a table, and then I can reference it from another model. Another model will can reference this table we have created, and then create like a build on it more. And it's modular and it's reusable, and we don't need to, like, if you modify, like, you can have a sequence of models that depends on each other, and then if you modify one of them, you don't need to like do any modification by hand. DBT will going to do this like um, uh, um, uh, it will propagate the change for you. So yeah, so why we use DBT? So this is what the things that I mentioned before, but like here reading out modularization is DBT can create new reusable SQL-based model, and the modularity makes it easy to maintain and update your data, of course. Dependency management. So DBT manages dependency between different data models for you and ensures that transformation are executed in the correct order. So this simplifies all the orchestration of the data workflow. We have version control. We can integrate DBT with Git sorry, and so it allows you to track changes in your data models, and of course that means that you can collaborate with other people on whatever you're working on. Documentation also, this is something DBT allows us to do. We can use like we can document the models we're creating, explaining like general descriptions and even the fields. We can describe the fields, and we have also testing. DBT allows us to test the models we create. So it's like a very good features. Okay, so and maybe I should show you an example of how this works before moving forward. So yeah, okay. So this is a model. I'm going to try to like show you this like how it works like in actuality. But I suppose that I have this file, which is an SQL file, which has a select statement. This is the select statement that I have here. I created a view here, and then there is a select statement here, and this is a data model for me. Because the file is called customers, the model is called customers, and then the DBT when I run DBT run, then the DBT will actually does will create the actual DDL that will create the view. So there's a view which is called like this is a schema name, and then this is a model name. So this is a full view name, and then it will create like with customers order call like this, and yeah. So this is the full. So I don't have to do this. DBT does this for me. I just create the select statement here. I don't know if this clears out what DBT does. Like this is very basic, but yeah. So does anyone have a question at this point? I'm afraid that maybe it was a bit confusing, or like okay. We're going through like a walkthrough, so probably we'll have this cleared out even better in a bit. Let's just finish this. Maybe I don't know even. So yeah, so DBT like comes in two kinds. It has to we have DBT Core, which is an open source CLI tool. There is DBT Cloud, but we are not concerned with this because this is not free. Like it's a web-based and hosted environment. It has like many features, but like yeah. DBT can connect to run SQL against any data against a database or warehouse or a data lake, any query engine, and all these are called data platform, like in this context. And for data platforms, can like the support DBT supports like you need an adapter to connect basically between this is what we're going to download. We're going to install we install DBT core and the adapter that connects it with a data platform. So depending on what you're using, you have to choose that. So you can have like there are official adapters for Postgres and BigQuery, Redshift, Snowflake, and Spark. There are like also other like not official but community supported adapters for other kind of data platforms. So you can basically find whatever data platform you're using. So that's it for the introduction. Anyone has a question so far? Even if you can say like, yeah, nothing is clear, I don't understand what you're talking about, or like this is too obvious, maybe. Any comments? Let's see if there are any comments here. Yeah, Alexander, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. After installing Apache Airflow on Windows OS in CMD, when I try to initialize the database, the error states no module name found PWD. When I try to found PWD in Anaconda and import PWD, it is also like the error is appear. So I cannot solve this error.
Okay, so you're talking about Airflow, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So this the next session, the one in the afternoon, is going to talk about Airflow.
Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about DBT here. It's like a simpler.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to say like you can also like send like post whatever error or the issue on Slack, and I'm going to try to look through even before the session. So maybe you can work it out before that. But
Okay.
yeah, but this is about DBT. Let me see the questions. Yeah. Someone else, Fanuel said, is DBT used to create views instead of writing it ourselves? It's basically a query generator. Well, it does the materialization for us. So it doesn't create, we don't need to see these queries. Yes, it creates the queries and basically applies them to my database. It does the transformation for me. But I'm just saying, like, I don't even need to write like the big query myself. I just write like a basic thing, the select statement, and then it goes ahead and create the view or a table or organization I choose. Okay. Is this I don't know if is it clear, Fanuel? Yes, great. Ikram, is a DBT related? I don't. Okay. Recap the idea. Can you say again? I don't understand your question, Ikram. And Yaya, please go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just want to reflect on Alexander's question.
Yeah.
After installing the Airflow, you have to set the working environment for Airflow. And in that case, you have to set it to PWD, which means current working directory in Linux. I don't know what the term in Windows. So it's not related to any kind of module. When you set it, you have to set it into the working directory for the Airflow.
Thank you. Yeah. I can try. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Thanks, yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the so there is a question. Sorry. Is it possible to integrate DBT to DAG? If yes, is it recommended to use them in the same project? Yeah, so yeah, exactly that's what you're going to do. You're going to what you are asked to do is to use Airflow is a scheduling and DBT does a transformation. So Airflow basically can schedule the when the transformation is going to happen. Basically, yeah. So there is a way you can do this writing a DAG. So this is all of this about Airflow. So we didn't have a tutorial about Airflow yet, but yeah, for people who know this already, writing a DAG. In a DAG, you can have a task that runs the transformation in DBT, and you can write that by hand. There is also, you are given a source for where you can create these DAGs automatically from DBT. Yeah. But exactly, so you're asked to work with Airflow and DBT together in this project, on this challenge. All right, so yeah, let's move to something. Okay. So I have, okay, I just need to check that everyone hears me. Do you hear me? I had a technical problem. Second, so let's see. So I have an empty directory, or almost empty. I have it, but yeah, empty directories. This can be your repo, so it won't be empty. But I'm going to try to create. I'm sorry, my computer is and it's slow. All right. So first of all, I'm going to, before I install DBT, I'm going to create a virtual environment. Come on, don't be slow now. Okay. Not so sure. Okay. I'm activating it, and then it's just beep install DBT, and because I'm going to use Postgres, I have to add it here. This is what I'm using. Okay, so after installing a DBT, I'm going to initialize a project, a DBT project here. So I'm going to use the DBT init to create a project in this directory. Of course, it can be like a Git repo as well. So you can use and you can see that it works very well with version control there. Come on. Shouldn't. All right, great. So I'm supposed to have the version. Right. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to initialize the people here. Okay. Right. And should have created a git ignore. Fine. Okay, I'm going to initialize the project. Okay, so it's asking me to name my project. So I said like call it anything I want. So I'm sorry, like so it's a demo, like a demo project. I'm sorry, my computer is a bit slow for some reason. I don't know why, but oh. Let's see if I can. Yeah, of course not. All right. Sorry. Yeah, 1 second. Hi. Are you still there? I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry about this. Let me try to go back quickly. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have many technical issues today. I'll have to figure out what is the issue after this. If okay. Yeah, it's like we lost more than 10 minutes. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, I'm trying to open my VS Code, but yeah, my computer is so slow for some reason. Okay, let me then share my screen. Um, okay. Yeah, I suppose my screen is, can see my screen now? Oh. Yeah, good. All right. So yeah, let's try to go back. So yeah, I was, if, all right. So yeah, the thing is that I made a little, okay, what I have done so far is that I created a virtual environment. You can see like my environment here, my environment directory, and I can activate it. So I'm not going to be able to go through everything I wanted to show you today, but I'm going to try to like at least go through the basics. I created okay, sorry. First, I installed DBT. So I used like pip install, right? Pip install DBT. And yeah, so that run. I already ran that, and then I ran the DBT in it, which well, that didn't run actually. What I first did was I initiated a Git repo, and you can see I have. Can see this. I can tell me like what mistake I did. I have so many files that I need to commit because I didn't include a git ignore file. So all the files in my environment are like Git asked me to like to commit all of them. Okay. The best way to do this is, of course, to let's see. Let me try to copy a good git ignore file from God. Okay, I shouldn't have been trying to do this. I'm terribly sorry about Yeah, so yeah, I don't know how to say I'm very sorry about my like technical problems. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any of the things I wanted to do. Right. Okay. Just let me, if you allow me, I will try to go through something just in these 10 minutes. Hopefully it will not, my computer not going to crash again. So do you hear me? Let's check. Can you see my screen? Yeah, I'm terribly sorry about this. So someone, the only question, I don't see all the question, but I see someone asking, can we install DBT without setting a new virtual environment? Yes, you can, of course, but it's not advisable to do that. The thing that is going to be, you're going to be using DBT for this project. So you don't want to like install it on your whole computer, just install it in a virtual environment. That's better. Yeah, so this is like, it's okay. So in the meanwhile, I created a gitignore file, and now all right. So we wanted, before I wanted to run initiate a DBT project. So it didn't work before. So this command is going to, so it's asking me for a name. Can name it anything, and it's going to create for me. Okay, it's going to create for me like a directory. This is a DBT project. I'm going to be able to put like models here, and yeah, it comes with its own gitignore. So yeah, so it's the structure is ready. It'll even have examples in its model, like it has an example here. So yeah, so this is ready. So what is it asking me here? Which database you want? Okay, she's asked me which database I want to use, and I only have the option for Postgres because I installed DBT for Postgres. The host for this instance is a local host because this is where the port, yeah, that one, and the user for my case is Postgres, and I'm entering the password. So you can see like the questions, it's here. Like you need to like establish the connection between your DBT and your database or data warehouse. So these are like the connection information for my Postgres. It's local, it's like the port number, the username, and the password. And here is the database name. I'm going to be using, I think, like a second. Let me check. Like I'm going to look at my Postgres here. Come on, please. Of course, I made a mistake. So I'm going to be using like I have this DVD rental database, but of course in your case you're going to be using like the database that you populated with the data you have for this traffic challenge. So this is the name of my database connecting to, inside here. So yeah, so development and okay, and development schema and number of threads, like one or more. This is like tells DBT what like the number of models it can work on at the same time. It's advisable to use like number like 4 or 3. Just like you can experiment with that. Okay, so it's telling me that it's created this file. Well, actually, if you are just installing DBT for the first time on your computer, the first time you're creating a DBT project, you're going to create this file. It's going to be a newly created, but because I already used it before, it just added the profile for my demo project, the one I created now, to this file that was already existing, okay? And we can look at it. We can look at that file if you want. Okay. Let's get what I have to write here. Oh, it's here. Of course. All right. So it's so it starts with .dbt. Right. Okay. Called profiles. You can see it here. So you can see this is like the YAML file I have, and you can even like it's already ready, so I don't need to change it because I entered all the options like interactively in the terminal, but you can also modify it by hand. So this is a demo. For any new DBT project, you will find it here. So previously I had other projects. So this is the one we created right now. And you can see that the database name, the host, the password, the port, like this, all of my Postgres connection information. And yeah. So yeah, that's like, this is the file. We don't need to do anything to it right now. So to check that everything is fine, it can connect to the database correctly, I can use the command DBT debug. And if everything is fine, it's going to tell me that there is an error. Okay. All right. Yes. Yeah.
I think the error is saying that you don't have the DBT project YML, which is not inside the.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong place. Yes,
So you
you're
have
correct.
to-
Yes. Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm supposed to first go inside the directory before I can run this DBT debug. Yes, very, very nice catch. Yeah, okay. I have to go inside here and then run this, sorry, debug. And if everything is fine, should be so that it can all text path, connection is okay. So this is like everything runs fine. So once we have the connection, basically now we can create the models. Okay, so because like once we initiate a DBT project, it comes with example I'm going to show you the models I have here. So these are just like basically just an example that can run on any database. And if I had, okay, I have my Postgres, so I can show you this here. So yeah, so I'm working with DVD rental, and okay, you can see that right. So I have a schema, public, and these are my tables. So there is no, once I can run DBT run here, these models are going to be the views that are created there are going to appear in my database. So let's see. The next step would be like we create our own models, but this is just like something that can do like completely successfully, so everything is fine. Now the okay, what did we call our schema so we can find it? Yes, and I have to see my schemas. So CDN. Yeah, so I called it dev. My schema, I can call it anything. You can call it with like well, like dev empty now, for example. To if like multiple people are working on the same project, DBT project, it's advisable in the development is to use your own name so that like you don't mix up the schemas between like different developers. But okay, so should be able to see like the schemas here, the views that are created in this schema, and you can see this are here. So I have my first DBT model is a table, and my second DBT model is a view, and you can check. So you can see here there is a select statement that what defines a model, and yeah, you can see here that's why it's a table, because here we chose to configure it as a table, materialize as a table. The second one, you don't see any configuration because the default is to configure like models as a view. And you can see that here. Yes. So this is schema YAML file is the configuration for your models. And you see like, sorry, like, no, but actually the configuration is in the DBT project. And here you see the models in the demo project example materialized as view. Like the default is always a view, even if you don't have this. You can change the default, for example, to be tables, for example, or like I can change the materialization for all models I would create to whatever I want. Okay. I wanted to create my own model just to, so I will go, let me go here and in, sorry. All right. Okay, I will create a file in the model subdirectory. Let's say, what should we call it? Let's say, well, have this example here. Okay. Right, so I have this, and I can write and select statement I want. So I'm not going to. I'm working with a database for a DVD rental shop, and it has table that has like rental and customer tables, and I'm going to just create a very simple none of this is at all. So creating a view here, and so okay, let's say, and I'm going to just I'm going to create just a simple, how to say, this is, I'm going to just create a view that will show me a customer ID and the number of rentals they had, like the number of times they have rented a DVD from the shop. So I'm counting the rental ID as a number of orders, let's say. And then these are from table called rental. I of course I could have shown you like go slowly like and show you like the database I'm working with, like the tables in it and stuff. But okay, this is just like whatever you want. It's not something necessary here. It's not a DBT related. I mean, this is depending on the database you're working with. And let's see. So this is like view, and then I'm going to select everything from this view. Okay. I'm going to write it like this. Hopefully, I didn't make any mistakes. So I counted customers' orders. Should be fine. Okay. Yeah, supposedly this is my model. All right, and so I wrote it. So what's the next step I have to do? I just need to run DBT run after because I put it in the model subdirectory. DBT will find it. Actually, you're supposed to be able to see it here in the log that will be created by this. You see, the view model dev customers, and we also of course have my first and my second DBT model. And if I go back here, and the same, and see it here, and then of course I can use from dev customers limit to, you can see like customer ID and number of orders. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry I'm taking much time. So does anyone have a question right now? I want to show you like how you can do the testing and document creation. Can you like follow so far? Yes. Anyway, okay, great. So for testing and documentation, okay, we have this see, like, let me just see it for the examples. And for models, we have to do the same outside. Okay, so you can see that in this schema.yaml file, you can create tests and documentation. So you write models, so it has a structure. Version 2, this is something required, you have to write. And then models, here's the name of the model you want to write the documentation for and testing for. Description, this is description that for the whole model. And then you can specify columns. For example, for the column ID, which is the primary key, I write the description, the primary key of this table, and test unique and not null. These are tests that are already predefined in DBT. Again, you can run tests on a different column. So this, sorry, it's a different model, and then columns here also primary key, unique and not null tests. And to just to run the test here, we just run the command dbt test. I didn't create documentation or testing for my customer. My new so there is a failure. Yeah, so go to one result. So it shows me like the number of records that don't pass the test. And so if you get 0, you suppose everything is fine. But if you get like any number other than 0, then there is a mistake. Okay, I'm not going to like check what is the problem here. I'm just going to move on to the generating the documentations. So this the documentation is the commands is dbt docs generate. And to see them, you can see them like okay, on the browser basically. Serve, I think. Here you can see, yeah. So this is my demo project. This is my models, my examples. My customer doesn't have like really any test descriptions. It's not documented yet. I didn't include it, but let's look at it here. For my example, start a DBT model, and yeah, define this column as the primary key, and you can see like you can also see the tests that can run here, unique and not null. So you can see the documentation and testing for your models here. So that's basically the basic working of this. To create, I need to do this. Can stop this from here. Right. Interrupted it. To do the same for my new models I created, I just need to create a models and create schema.yaml file here. Right, and then I will have to let me just copy. But here the name of my model is customers. And this is like, okay. Like the description can be like one line or multiple lines. Okay. Yes. transfer. Just writing something. Customer. And then my tables were what were my tables? So customer ID is the primary key for my case. In my case. So let me put it here. The primary key, and I'm going to be like the tests are unique and not null. Save this, and this will be the last thing I try. So let's say test. Okay, so I mean we still have an error because of the like my first model I think has a problem, but you can see here like the unique customer ID has passed, and not null also passed in the record. I'm going to just show you the documentation. So God, this generate DBT docs generate. Serve. And now I have my customer. See the description I wrote, and then I see my like columns, the types, and the description, the test, unique and not null. Anyway, okay. All right, that's it for let's say the basics. Sorry I went over time because I wasted a lot of time because of my technical problems. Any questions? Quick questions? I apologize again for all the technical issues that happened. Am I audible at all? Okay. So Abraham is asking, we have to load the data initially, like we did the last time. Yes, exactly. Have to load it first, and then because yes, DBT does the transformation inside the database for you. So you have to have the data inside your database first. Any other questions? Should we wrap this up? Because we already. Farhan, go ahead.
Okay, my question is first, we're given a link for the data set. So do you have to download all the data set? It says it's about 500,000 data. So do you have to download all the data and load it into the database? Like,
I think, okay. The original link you had a lot of data. Yes, I mean, you're not required to really download all of it, but I think there is a problem with the link, right? And you are provided a CSV file in Slack, I think, or it's also in the Google Drive you have. If I'm correct, you have a CSV file. I think.
But that's just
yeah?
a sample.
It's a sample, yes, because right now I think, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't try myself to download the data, but I think there is a problem with the source, okay. So you are not able to get the data. So for now, work with the sample. It should be you should be able to do like the basic things anyway, because this week's challenge is more about like how to manage the pipeline more than actually you're not going to do like much analysis on the data itself, but you're going to like establish like your database, the DBT to do the transformation, Airflow to do the scheduling. So yeah, it's fine. Just try to work with the sample for now. Okay, yeah.
Yes. So when you generate the doc, it gives you kind of a dashboard, right?
Yes.
So can we change that dashboard into Redash? And how can we do that? If you have any guidance on that, or
Yes,
what do
so
we have to? Yeah.
you have an actual tutorial on this. You will have a tutorial
Oh,
about how to do this. I think it's
okay.
tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah.
All right.
So
Thanks.
yes, right. Any other questions? Just like I will take only one question next if there is one. Otherwise, because you have a session, I think in 10 minutes, so I will let you go. Again, I'm very sorry for the technical. Okay, Brooke, it's the last one.
Okay, I have one question. That
Yes,
what is the main purpose of using
using DBT. Yeah, so I didn't manage to show you this, but the way you are writing the models here, in principle, see, I created here the customer model, right? I created, yeah, so customers is like the model I have. Now I can create another one, another, this is example, sorry, this. Okay, any things, or this is SQL, and I can reference the customer model here. Yeah, okay, well, I'm not going to write anything, but the thing is, it's a modular way to deal with your models. You can like reference them, and you don't have to worry about like you don't have to. You're going to be able to write your models like in a more divide them in a more logical way. So maybe, for example, you'll have queries that you want to clean the data, for example. So you can write those separately. I mean, and then you can add on top of them models that will do analysis, like do joining and grouping and stuff like that. And on top of that, and you can have multiple, actually you'll see able to be, let me show you here, because example here, I hope I didn't, it was referenced. So yeah, so you'll be able to be, because there's these two examples, one of them depend on the other. You can see here, yes. So the code for the my second DBT model references the first one. You can see here it was how it's referenced. You write from, and then instead of the table, you write reference to the model name. And there is actually a way to see the DAG here. So it shows you that you have to run my first DBT model first, and then my second DBT model. So DBT does this for you automatically. You don't have to figure it out yourself. You don't have to update one and then the other. This is all done automatically. All you have to do is to write your code in this modular version controlled way. So you can see that, okay, I didn't show this much, but okay. You can have like a very, so this can be like a complicated or a very long, or can have multiple. This is a simple one, just two, but we can have a complicated DAGs here. So that's why DBT is useful. Is this does this make sense to you?
Yeah, thank you, Lafra.
Okay. With that, let's wrap this up. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for listening. And yeah, see you later. Bye.